SmackDown took place tonight in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Finn Balor was out to kick off the show. He mentioned having to give up the Universal Championship 10 years ago after he won it at SummerSlam. Look, it's his typical sob story. He's never recovered since. The truth is, with Finn Balor, that summer, and that's going back a ways, I know, but he was the demon on like every Raw. That's why he got over, and that's why he got the Universal Championship, the inaugural champion. The issue is, as a babyface, he is fucking boring. There's nothing appealing to Finn Balor as a babyface. He comes out, he's in his leather jacket. Like, what's to him? He has no good physique, like not an impressive physique. He's a smaller guy. He's good in the ring, but so are a lot of guys. There's nothing appealing to him. What makes Finn Balor a star as a babyface is the demon. Finn Balor is not a star. Finn Balor really isn't that over. But the demon is a star. The demon is over. Anyways, he was interrupted by Sami Zayn. They had a good opening promo, and I don't think a demon's coming tomorrow or on Sunday. I don't think we're going to see him. Eventually, Finn challenged him to a fight, but then Gunther ran in the ring and wiped them both out. Gunther got on the mic and he wanted all this, and then Pierce came out. It eventually led to the three of them brawling, and then Nick Aldis runs out and attacks Gunther. He gets him in the ring and puts him in a Texas cloverleaf. Security tries to separate them. Gunther responds with a big boot, and eventually they're separated, but Aldis kind of getting the better of Gunther, and that's fine because I assume he's losing tomorrow. Tiffany Stratton and Chelsea Green were in the ring after the break, and then Jade Cargill and the Baddies were out next. We get Chelsea Green and Tiffany Stratton against Michin and B-Fab. So Jade attacks Tiffany on the outside, and then Michin and B-Fab pin Chelsea after hitting their double finisher. Why? Why are Michin and B-Fab pinning Chelsea for? Chelsea's in the ladder match tomorrow or on Sunday. That doesn't make any sense at all. This is a stupid booking decision by an incompetent booking team. Why is Chelsea Green getting pinned by Michin and B-Fab who are not in an interim title women's ladder match at SummerSlam? Anyways, Charlotte Flair came out next. She was wearing all leather, and then Chelsea and Tiffany take out the Baddies. Charlotte brawls with Jade in the ring. She hits a big boot, dropping Jade, so Charlotte gets the better of her going into SummerSlam after Jade's been laying her out the last 2 weeks with Jaded. And, of course, going back a few weeks is when Jade took out Alexa Bliss with that injury to her elbow. And I don't think we're going to get Alexa at SummerSlam. I think she's taking time off. So backstage, Rey Fenix was talking to Fraxium when Dom and JD walked in. It led to a confrontation, Rey Fenix facing JD later in the night. Then we got a Tongans video promo, and I was thinking, oh, who gives a shit? But then Haku shows up. That was pretty cool. Haku was there, and he has, I don't know what's that supposed to be. I assume it has something to do with Tongan culture, so I don't want to sound insensitive about it. But I don't know exactly the item he was holding, but he's going to be part of them, and I don't want to piss off Haku because he's the last guy I would ever want to piss off in the entire world. I am scared to death of Haku. Damian Priest and R-Truth were out next, and Truth was he was wearing a Green Bay Packers jersey with the cheese head. Of course, they're in Green Bay. After the break, the War Raiders were out. We get the WWE Tag Team Championship match that they've been teasing for the last month. Damian Priest and R-Truth defending their titles against the War Raiders. So Priest shoved the referee down, leading to disqualification. They brawled into the crowd afterwards. Then the Tongans ran in and attacked both teams, laying them out. Then Haku got in the ring with them as they posed with the championships. That was pretty cool, seeing Haku there. I don't think he's going to do much for his sons. I think he's trying to save their jobs, to be honest, because let's be real, they would have been fired. I'm surprised they weren't let go when the middle brother, Tongaloa, was let go. They show CM Punk and Cody Rhodes fighting at a host show yesterday. They don't usually acknowledge those. Backstage, Kathy Kelly was interviewing CM Punk, and then Trick Williams walked in and told him he's coming for the championship. Don't really care about that. We got a Nick Aldis video promo next. They highlight his career as a wrestler, former NWA champion. I don't know if they mentioned that. I don't know what their relationship is with Billy Corgan, who runs the NWA. He runs it as a promotion, by the way. It's like, it's sad thinking about the NWA because, it's the territories, it's the legacy, but it's kind of just a joke the way he runs it now. Anyways, but by the way, Nick Aldis was an NWA champion, and he lost the title once to Cody Rhodes at All In. Not AEW's All In, it was just All In before AEW existed back in 2018. Trick Williams was out next. There was no Lil Yachty sighting, but I assume he'll be there for SummerSlam on Sunday. He calls out Corbin, who comes out to his new shitty theme music. Look, one of the good things Baron Corbin had during his first run was that really good End of Days theme song. This new theme music is so generic. It's like it's AI. Kind of reminds me of like Chad Gable's theme, which is fucking AI. This sounded like it was AI. I mean, Corbin used to have a really good theme song. That was the one good thing he had during his first run. We got an Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar video promo next. This is obviously the biggest match at SummerSlam this weekend. It takes place tomorrow night inside Hell in a Cell. Rey Fenix was out next to no reaction, and we get the AAA Cruiserweight Championship match. Rey Fenix against JD McDonough. No one in Green Bay cares. Sorry, Marks. No one wants to see this. I know people. We want to see wrestling. We want more wrestling on WWE TV. When you have these shorter guys doing a bunch of flips, like they should be wrestling on Wednesdays. Not much interest from the fans, and I would doubt there's much interest from the live audience. Excuse me, I mean the audience watching on TV. I doubt the quarter hours are very strong whenever there's a cruiserweight match on SmackDown. So Dom tried to interfere. Danhausen and the Minis attack Dom. This sucks. Rey Fenix pins JD McDonough with the win. I fucking hate the Minihausens. Danhausen's becoming one of my least favorite wrestlers. And it's funny with Danhausen. He started off as a guy who I liked, and they started overexposing him. And he was just getting too much TV time, and he's not a guy you want to see too much, and I was turning on him. But then they took a step back, and it started to get back into him, and he had the whole thing with the Knicks and the NBA championship. But man, it's going back to the worst ways when he's just being overexposed. I hope after SummerSlam they take a step back again. We got a Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins video package. Lash Legend was out next. Julia came out during the break with blue hair. She had a total jobber entrance. I do miss the blonde hair, and I think the blue hair is just Julia almost coming. She's coming to reality. What's going to happen? She knows she's probably going to be let go. She's going back to the old Julia. I think the blonde hair was just a sign to WWE telling them, hey, please push me. But the blonde hair is gone. I think Julia is gone soon after this. We get the Intro Moments Championship ladder match qualifier. Lash Legend, who I don't know why the fuck she's getting pushed. She sucks against Julia. Lash has one of the worst moves in wrestling. When she grabs her opponent and it's hard to explain, she moves them up and down while they're in between the ropes, and it looks like absolute dog shit. Tell her to stop doing that move. Lash sucks. Why are they fucking pushing her? Because she's big and has a physique. Fuck, I hate Lash. She's garbage. And you can hear a fucking pin drop during this match. No one cares. It was quick. Lash hits the Lash extension for the win, and Julia is done here. She's going to go to AEW with Bayley. Julia will be all elite very soon. You're going to see the tweet. And unfortunately, Lash might actually win the Intro Moments Championship. And it kind of reminds me of Nia Jax. And by the way, it's funny how they didn't even mention Nia getting screwed the last 2 weeks. They're not even talking about that. But with Nia, it reminds me of how Triple H used to always like having Nia Jax face Rhea Ripley because she's big and it's a good opponent for Rhea because she's someone who it's going to be impressive when she gets her up for the Riptide. I think the same thing might be going on here, even though Rhea's a lot smaller now. Lash is probably twice as big as Rhea is, but he wants Rhea to have a bigger opponent like Lash. It's like a monster she can slay. I think that's why I think Lash is probably winning now. I had Naomi winning, but I don't think so now. I think the way Lash won, they're going to go with her tomorrow, unfortunately. Or not tomorrow, on Sunday. Cody Rhodes was out next. He was soon interrupted by CM Punk. It's all setting up SummerSlam. Punk and Cody come to face. They have the face-to-face that they promoted and it's okay. Fans were behind Punk. It was a generic segment. I thought Cody's go home segment last year with John Cena before their match at SummerSlam was actually a lot more interesting. Here it's just kind of boring. They tease fighting, then they finally do. They brawl on the announce booth. Security tries to separate them. Very generic brawl. Not much to say here. I guess the biggest takeaway is you're definitely going to get a CM Punk crowd tomorrow if Green Bay accurately predicts how Minneapolis is going to feel tomorrow. I expect a CM Punk crowd tomorrow. I don't think Cody's very over anymore. I really wish he would turn heel, but I think Punk is going to be the bigger, more over guy. I don't know if Cody's going to get booed out of the building per se, but I think Punk's going to be more cheered, and it's going to be a pro CM Punk crowd at SummerSlam tomorrow. But that was SmackDown. Not much to say, to be honest. It was a generic go-home show. It was better than Raw was. I'll give it that. Raw was atrocious, but not much to say about SmackDown. Not really excited that much for SummerSlam this year. The product has been ass this year. I'm kind of indifferent to it. It's SummerSlam. I'll be excited when I first watch it. Hey, it's the 39th annual SummerSlam. I'm going to get excited just for nostalgia. But I think once the show settles in, I get like 500 ads on Netflix. I think I'm going to I think it's going to down my mood. It's going to bring me down morally watching it, because it's going to come back to the realization, yeah, it's still WWE in 2026. It's just not very entertaining, not interesting, not fun. I hate TKO. Fuck TKO. But anyways, that was SmackDown tonight. We'll see what happens at SummerSlam tomorrow.